Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mahalo Halo and then some. I'm your host, Toni Rose, with my girl.
Hey, it's MC Lepaleps, and me and Toni Rose are coming at you with big, big love from the 702. And, of course, always keeping it live in the 725.
Yes, sister. How are you? Happy day.
Happy day today, happy day every day.
Yes.
Because we are alive and well. And, of course, here and, of course, just being able to come together and talk more stories and celebrate more life with other people.
More life.
Yeah.
And, just to recap my week, I was in California and, with all the fires going on and stuff, just checking in with family. We were there with a lot of our family because we laid my aunt to rest. So we love you, Tita Nana. This show is just to recap on my family and just, everyone's good out there. I have some friends that lost, everything.
Wow.
Homes and physical things, but everyone seems to be in good spirits. Driving down through LA, through the freeways and stuff, the sky was clear.
Right.
So there was no, the remnants of the smoke or whatever. I know right now there's active fires in the Castaic area, but it just felt there's peace in the air. I know that a lot of people are going through it. So, it was just a different, from watching it from the news to being there, it was two different worlds.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they actually put it so big, but... Well, it is big.
It is,
but then at the same time too, it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. There's still.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to feel that because. Because it makes it really bring us down. Like sad. It's really sad what's going on.
Especially from out of state and out of town, you don't really know the magnitude of what's going on.
Right.
So everyone's willing to help and sending over packages and things, donating to those that are in need. But being there, I think it gave me a little bit more. Okay, it's not as big as it seems on television,
right? Which
it still is very, very huge deal. But for me, it was really nice to come back and just know that everyone that in my family are good. So
that's good.
How are you, sis?
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, as mothers, as entrepreneurs, as just every day, just what we do is we keep it going. You know what I mean? We face life lessons with our kids, with life, and we just keep it rolling.
We are back in 25. And so today we are excited for another great show.
Yes.
We have a wonderful guest in the house. Our show is titled Pulled in All Directions.
Yes.
And when you have a good pulled pork, it just comes right off in all directions.
Why not talk about it? Because, it is true. You know what I mean? When you have the perfect pulled pork, it just makes life better.
So, we want to introduce our very special guest today, Stan Glander, owner of Kono's North Shore. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yes.
And if I can just say that much love goes out to Southern California. I spent a lot of time there. When I flew back from Hawaii to here 2 weeks ago, and the pilot even called it out because you could see the flames. It was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, especially from the view from above, way far up above, you can see everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh man. Well, so did you ever spend time in California? So tell us a little bit about your story, by ways of where and where you're from originally.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. So I was born in Hawaii, but I was born to back in the days when mothers getting pregnant without being married wasn't so common. And so anyway, my mom met my father. He was at Schofield Barracks. And so when I was 4, we moved off of the rocks and lived in California for a while. But I ended up growing up in Ohio.
Okay.
But I did move back to Hawaii in 2015.
Okay.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So,
back in Hawaii and where, Oahu?
Oahu.
Okay, Oahu. Yeah.
Lots of relatives there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think 10, 20,000 cousins.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few. Small kinds.
Maybe we're cousins. I don't know.
Right.
I have a lot of family in Oahu and but the Big Island, Kona is my second home. So, so I understand. No worries.
Well, Stan, so tell us a little bit about how you started with Konos and what inspired you to get into the business of food.
So I got into food probably like everyone else does with totally by accident, and something to do when I was going to school. Needed some money, flexible schedule, and so that's really what got me started. I never intended. I thought I was going to go to law school because my grandfather was an attorney.
Okay.
And that never happened.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Turn of
Attorney
events.
to restaurants.
It's all good.
So I've been in food and beverage since I was 16 years old.
Okay.
Some brief time out when I ran a hotel company in Philadelphia, but other than that, that's how I got into restaurants, and that's really been like my creative outlet, where I learned to, be a manager, and just learned to play in the kitchen without being fearful of, burning everything up.
Right.
Failure.
Without fear of failure, yeah.
Right,
And
I love that.
so that's kind of how it started in the restaurant business. But to get to Konos, I went back to Hawaii on vacation in 2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, hung out with my cousins and everything. I'm like, I got on the plane and I said, I'm going to quit my job and I'm moving back to Hawaii. And my mom, of course, I had taken my mom and brother with me, and they're like, what? Are you nuts? So totally.
Right?
Totally went back, quit my job, sold, I was working for a hotel company. I was a COO, so I had been able to buy in some of the hotels that we managed or owned. I sold everything and I had a couple condos in downtown Philly, sold everything.
Wow.
Packed up my stuff and shipped my cars and
Went back home.
Went back home, and the interesting part was I found. So I bought the original Konos from the original owner.
Okay.
And he, it was funny. I never got a return call. Like I had a plan to go back and find a business or something to do. Never got return calls from the posting, for Konos, and so I was looking at a swimsuit store.
Okay.
There was one in Kailua, and their second one was in Haleiwa. So I was there, and I'm driving to it to meet the owner who was selling it, and I drive past the original Konos.
Yeah.
There's a line out the door, and I'm like, oh my God, what restaurant is that?
Right.
And then I see the pig on a surfboard,
Right.
and I'm like, oh my God, that's the one I was looking at. So I hurried through the meeting with this swimsuit shop owner and stopped in there. And then I was like a dog on a bone. I wouldn't let it go till someone would talk to me. I sat in someone's office on Monday morning, waiting. I said, I'm not leaving till someone talks to me.
Right.
A little bit of East Coast attitude there. And finally someone said, well, there's an offer on it. The owner's making a decision on Wednesday. It's Monday. I said, well, that gives me 2 days. Right. So I went back and put an offer in and got the original Konos.
Wow.
How beautiful. What year was that?
2015.
2015. So it's in its junior stages, It's
junior
adolescent.
stages. Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, Konos has been around since 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the original owner.
Mm-hmm.
And he, when he decided to sell, I said, well, why are you selling?
Yeah.
There's lines out the door.
Right.
Right.
And he said, well, I don't know how to get it to the next step or what that next step is.
Right.
And so I thought,
I can take you there.
Yeah.
I got it.
And speaking of being pulled in different directions, in all directions, as a business owner, you were ready to take on that challenge and take it to the next level. And as a business owner, you are pulled in all directions. Your marketing, your sales, your PR, you're learning your POS, or you're learning how to cook a certain way. Tell me about that process. How was that? That first, oh my gosh, I'm really in it.
Well, so the restaurant part didn't really faze me because I worked in restaurants for a long time.
Yeah.
When I went to the hotel company, I actually went there as the vice president of food and beverage for the company. So it wasn't like anything weird to me. I just had to learn how to make that delicious Kailua pork.
Right.
And other than that, it was easy. And I thought, I'll do this for, a year, couple years. And then we'll figure out how to grow it. And I was there for 3 months. And I'm like, I got to have more to do.
Right. And that's the pull in you, right?
That was the pull.
I pulled to do more.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I went and found a second location. And, when you're an entrepreneur, you can find the location, and it might not always be the perfect, anything. Right. But it's where you want to be. And so this one had never been a restaurant before, and I didn't want to put a hood in, and I didn't want to put a grease trap in.
Right.
So I did some research, and they're like, well, you can serve food there. You just can't do cooking there.
Yeah.
So
you're like,
caveat.
Let me go cook the food in Haleiwa, and every 2 days bring food. Just keep switching out the food, and that's how we got the second one.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
And the third one was Kailua. We just trying to figure out where to grow next, and found the perfect location there. Then I missed full service, so we did the Surfing Pig, which is in Kaimuki on Oahu, and that's my baby. So I have to say, there's a little bit of self-service there, because I totally built that up to be the place that I could hang out.
Yeah,
you're like,
that's okay.
I need like, it's like, how men have their men cave. I need a place to swim.
Right, that's where I go to.
Exactly
my go-to.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Yeah.
I can sit there and watch everything, and then at the end of the evening, I can have my Manhattan or my martini and have some good food. And then we decided we wanted to franchise, and franchising is talking about another pull.
Right.
So we decided to license one first, and I was a partner in the licensing of the one in Waikiki.
Okay.
And everything is. There's nothing like working for yourself. You make your own decisions when you want, how you want.
If you want to wake up.
You gotta wake up.
I'm up at 4 o'clock every morning.
Right.
So after we got that one open, and that's our highest volume one, I sold it to my partner.
Nice.
Okay.
And then we opened Las Vegas, got a food truck here in Vegas, went through the franchising process. So now we have a franchise development person. Started our own podcast called Who Closed Last Night.
Right.
Oh my God.
And I love that, because I saw you were promoting the franchise opportunity to anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
And as obviously we worked together for the Mahalo Halo last year. I was like, this is great, because that you guys are moving, you're making noise in the community, because you were also in so many different festivals that we've been a part of.
Right.
So as far as getting your name out there, that's not a problem. It's just really reaching out, and now opportunity for other people to join in on the success.
That's exactly
and
right.
that's the goal, right?
Yeah. So we just started really semaglutide weight loss clinic here.
I was just time out. See how God works. I was reading that sign on the way here, and true story. As you were telling me the story, I was trying to enunciate the semaglutide. That is funny. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So
you might want to participate.
Unreal. I was
might be a
what
patient.
is that? I rhetorically asked, what is that? So tell us about it, Stan.
So the whole thing is it's a shot though.
Okay.
And it curbs your appetite. It affects the part of your brain that makes you think you're hungry.
Okay.
But it literally slows down your
metabolism.
Your digestive. So your stomach feels
we want the metabolism
longer.
to go, sister.
Oh, okay.
We want that to
we like the metabolism.
We want that to go
It's
out.
the
You don't want the
digestive.
appetite.
We want the digestive to get it out.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I went on it. So my daughter went on it.
Okay.
And my daughter convinced my son, who works with me, to go on it. And I said, well, shoot, if he's doing it, I'm doing it.
Challenge, right.
Family
Challenge accepted.
Right. Yes. I love it.
You're not doing it without me.
That's right.
I am proven.
So, I did it, and I lost 26 pounds or something.
Wow.
But not, so I didn't do it quite the way that it's supposed to be done, because I don't really like drugs in my body,
Right,
you know.
right,
But so I lowered the dosage a little bit. But what really worked for me is it also made me a little more conscious of what I eat.
Right.
And, you know, I'm an emotional eater. If I'm thinking about
Brother.
something, give me that bag of Doritos. That bag of Doritos
Give me
is
the Funyuns.
gone.
Yeah.
Give me the
Yeah,
Funyuns.
give me the Funyuns.
So that's then I saw an opportunity to do it with telemed doctors, so I didn't have to be a doctor.
Right.
And that particular company introduced us to Compound Laboratories. One is here in Las Vegas.
Right.
Interesting.
So now we have a telemed doctor does the review of the patient on the phone.
Right.
Then he does the prescription. All we do is place the prescription order. It gets sent to us, and the patient comes and picks it up, and we answer questions, and
Wow.
that's it.
That is amazing. You know, when you are an entrepreneur, you really truly are expanding
Exactly.
and always wanting to expand your territory.
Well, yeah,
And, you know, different. You know, you would want to explore other profiles.
Yeah.
Of, you know, either real estate or restaurateur, and now
Yeah.
it's medical, but not. You don't have to be a medical professional.
But you don't
for
have
this,
to be
right?
a medical professional. It's
Okay.
called New You Medical Weight Loss Clinic. It's
New me, new you, sister. I'm telling you,
There
just
you
rise
go.
up.
We were just talking about that,
Baffled.
like knew you, knew me, because I'm like, hey, because I really put my hair in a bun a lot.
Yeah.
I don't let it down, and so she's like, oh my gosh, knew you, and I was like, look at you cut your hair. She's like, yeah, knew you, knew me. I was like, yeah, knew we. So
I
for you
need
to
to
say
hook
that,
you guys up.
I think
Oh, Stan. You know
because I
what?
need to drop some weight too. I'm like, oh, I need to curve.
You are beautiful the way you are. But
I
yeah,
do, but healthier.
semaglutide.
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 Yes.
So that's how you say it, guys. If you see that billboard on the 15, it's
Right.
semaglutide.
But that's not my business.
Yeah, it's not his. But I'm saying, I saw it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's a new, you know, because we're there all the time. But
Yeah.
so what else do you do? I know you have Konos. You have
That's
that.
definitely a pulled in a different direction.
Definitely pull like your
Different direction.
your
That's a whole
weight.
different pig.
Right.
Definitely
Yeah. It's
oink,
the
oink.
no. It's the no pig. it's like,
The
but
less
it's like,
pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fat-free pig.
How
So like,
funny.
anyways, but that's oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, that was a little out of the norm for me, but
Yeah.
it was good. We have a company called Konos Gear,
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
which does all of
Your
our
merch?
shirts,
Merch and-
hats, but
okay.
You guys got
it's
some cool
also
stuff.
the one that will provide all the merchandise for the franchises.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
So they have to
Perfect.
buy
Exactly.
the merch from us,
Right.
and so
So
that
you
that
have
kind
that
of works
passive
out.
income.
Okay. Keep going. I have a
Walnut
feeling
Street Hospitality Group,
Oh,
which is the one that does all of our marketing, all of our social media, our accounting. We offer those services to others,
Okay.
and for
Beautiful.
small businesses.
right.
And God, let me see. I think that might and of course the podcast who
Yes.
closed
Yes.
last night, which is fun.
So tell us
Yeah,
about
so-
who closed last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to do a podcast, not necessarily all about Konos or
Right.
I kind of like the whole leadership and because I've learned so much and so much more from doing it on my own.
Right.
And so I gave my son a call and I said, "Hey, you interested? You don't have to if you don't want
Right.
to, but
That's such a
I'm
fun
going to
thing.
do it." Right?
Yeah.
And so he said, "Yeah, what do I have to do?"
What do I gotta do?
Just say yes.
Just say yes. We'll figure it out.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what we did. So all of our podcasts are about some sort of leadership, some sort of entrepreneurial topic, some sort of what you should look for if you're starting a business.
Okay.
All of those things. And I
Right.
think we're up to like 50 something episodes now.
That's
Oh, wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yay. So, besides working with family and, helping others, reach success and opportunity to share your business and your your mindset. It is a gift having you in the community. One, great
Absolutely.
food.
Amen.
Weight loss.
Hallelujah.
Eat some, lose it.
Right.
Eat it, and then we'll lose it next week.
Exchange. You know
I
the
love
supply.
that.
You know the demand. Stan is the man.
He's the man. Stan the man.
Stan is the man.
With the master plan.
Yeah.
With the
Okay.
master plan. I wish I had that master plan.
Well, we're so happy you can join us. Where can we find you on social media?
Yes.
And then tell us the locations and your food truck locations, how we can find them on maybe Instagram or Facebook.
So,
Yes.
Konos Hawaii on Instagram, Konos on Facebook, Who Closed Last Night on Instagram and Facebook. Konos North Shore is the official name. You can find us almost anywhere with Konos North Shore. That's our website, konosnorthshore.com.
Perfect.
New You Medical Weight Loss Clinic.com.
We'll just find. We'll put a few of them, and what you can do is click. And once you click, you go into the.
And you can get to all of them.
Yeah.
Everything
Yes,
there.
I
yes,
love
yes.
that. So, what do you do for fun besides running business and creating opportunities
And losing weight.
Yeah, and losing weight. What do you do, Stan?
So I love to cook.
Okay.
And I didn't always like to cook. Now I'm learning how to make craft cocktails. That's my
Wow.
next thing that I am
What's a
having
craft-
some
a
fun
nice
with.
Cocktail, is it?
Manhattans,
Okay.
old fashioned, smoking them.
Oh, wow.
The maple bacon.
Oh, maple bacon. So we have this old fashioned. We call it the Smoking Pig. It's in our Surfing Pig restaurant.
Okay.
We literally worked with the distributor to create our own bourbon.
Wow.
Then
Okay.
we buy that bourbon and infuse it with bacon for 72 hours.
Ooh.
Drain it, filter it, and then it goes into our old fashioned. And we have this cool little brand, like you would brand
Right,
a cow.
brand a cow,
And
yeah.
it brands the orange peel with our logo.
That is cool.
Wow.
And then we put a piece of bacon in it, then we put it under the smoker, and we take it to the guests, and we pull it off. We call it 2 pumps and a swirl.
Right.
When the smoke is kind of,
2 pumps in a pool. Pull in.
pulled in another direction.
There's another
Yeah.
pool. Another pool.
That is so fun.
It is fun, and I love
That's a creative part.
just
That's
right?
very
creating, my own dishes. One of the things that I've really enjoyed doing with the restaurant, the full service restaurant, is I have ideas, and then I can go to the chef and say, I had this idea. Tell me how crazy I am, or
Right.
tell me what we need to do
Right.
to make it happen. And that's how a good part of our menu came to be. And,
Wow.
and that was so much fun.
I love that. So tell us, or tell our audience, if you're listening and you want to, jump in on, an opportunity to be an entrepreneur and just go for the dream. What's the
Right.
one thing that you can tell our audience to overcome, and what will get you there?
Fear.
Right.
Have no fear. I mean, you might think that nothing is ever as bad as you think it's going to be.
Amen.
And but you can't be afraid of failure. And I think most people don't do it because they're afraid to fail. And I get it, because I bet I started a dozen businesses and didn't go through with them in my younger years. But that's it. Don't be afraid. And if you fail, every person that's successful has failed more than they've been successful.
Right.
And you just gotta keep that in your head. And I think there's a couple sayings that I really love. One is, life begins outside of your comfort zone.
Amen.
And the other is, the only thing that you have to fear is what's in your head.
That's it.
Right?
That's good.
And that's really it.
That's true.
Yes.
Amen.
Oh, Stan with the gems.
Stand with gems and plans. Oh my gosh, getting pulled in all kinds of directions.
Yeah, we're so inspired because we do look to people like yourself who
Absolutely.
were working at one point for somebody else's dream, and now we can, be the testimony to the dream itself. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
with hard work, of course, and the perseverance, and like you said, fail forward.
Yeah.
Fail
I love
forward.
that. I'm
Fail
going to steal
forward.
that one from
Yeah.
You can borrow it.
You can borrow. Sure. It's like, fail forward.
Oh, well, I am really excited. So, Konos, there's one right by my house, actually. We frequent that one. The one in Summerlin.
Yeah,
so,
off Summerlin Parkway.
there's how many other ones do you have here in Las Vegas?
Just the one.
Just the
that one, right?
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
have the one food truck. How many food trucks do you
One
have?
food truck.
One food
Okay.
truck.
Yeah.
So you guys check it out, Konos North Shore on social media, which is, I believe, on IG.
It is.
And yeah,
Facebook.
follow them. They
And
usually
Facebook.
post pretty frequently.
The
food-
X. We're on every platform there is.
Yep.
Nice.
We
All
get,
socials.
all socials, and I think what I really like about that is it's our own marketing company
Yeah.
that does it, and they do just a wonderful
Really great job.
They do a great job.
The power of social media,
Yeah.
and of course the product itself and
Well,
the
you gotta
people
back
behind
it
it,
up,
right?
Yeah. I think one of the things that we're really proud of is all of our owned restaurants are at 4.5 stars on Yelp.
Oh, come
And
on.
that's pretty hard to do.
Yes.
And, we're rated in the top 20% in every market that we're in. And that's
a blessing.
That's really
Yeah.
a good thing.
Wow.
Well, we are excited for your year. I know there's more to come. As an
Yes.
entrepreneur and as a community, leader, trailblazer, we're excited to see what else is in store. Sister and I will always support because
Always.
Stan was so kind to bring us some goodies from Konos. So thank you so much. And hot
You're
sauce.
very welcome.
They've got
And
lots
hot
of stuff.
sauce.
They've
We
got
have all
lots
kinds
of
of stuff.
Oh, but
Yes.
you know what? I forgot to ask. So you moved to Hawaii, but then when did you make the move to Vegas?
So-
when you guys opened? Or I forgot about that.
Well, not exactly when we opened. I've been here I guess I bought a house here 2 years ago, but I'm probably here
Back and forth?
65% of the time.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, tomorrow I leave to go back to Hawaii.
Okay.
We're doing a radio station thing there next Tuesday.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And you gotta go back to your man restaurant. It's not a man cave, it's a man restaurant.
Get a
It's a
man
man
hat
restaurant.
and get your Manhattan.
And get my Manhattan.
Yes. 2 pumps in a swirl.
And a swirl. Oh my God! Well, Stan, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're a busy
You're
man
welcome.
Yes.
with lots of ideas and lots of
So
directions you got to be in. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for spending it with us. Yeah, we're always going to be supporting the Konos brand.
Absolutely.
And anytime you're in town, give
Let
us
us
a
know
call.
what we can do for
Yeah.
you, and certainly I would love to, next time we're filming our podcast here,
Yes.
I'd love to have you guys on it as well.
You know we'll be there.
Absolutely.
Yep, we will be there.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
we go.
Sounds
Sounds good.
good.
I appreciate you having me.
Yes,
No,
thank you.
thank you. And of course, guys, thank you again for tuning in to Mahalo Halo and then some. You guys can
Yes.
watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on Amazon Fire TV. Listen to us on PHLV Radio app or get us on your podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and or iHeartRadio. I am your host and your wonderful girl, Toni Rose, with my sister.
MC Lepaleps, we love you guys. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Mabuhay.
And mabuhay.
And mabuhay. I was like,
Yes.
aloha and mabuhay.
That's right. Bye, guys.